Today is Sunday and it's my daughter's birthday. So because of this amazing weather and that she is playing inside with some of her new gifts, then I will try to get a little bit of time here in the garden. I think that will mostly be a weeding project today. There is always a lot of that to get done, but it's an important thing to get done here in the start of the spring here in April, here in spring anyway. It's important to get it done here in spring because it will make sure that there will be less weeds in the summer if you get a lot of it done now. Just in love with these tulips that are really shining here in the front garden right now. Still waiting for the later tulips. It's all the early tulips that have come up and sprung out now. So it's looking amazing. They are small. Here there are small buds on their way, and the alliums are also starting to get ready for their show. I think it will be a bit of time still until they are ready, but they are on their way. The new anemone that I put down in the ground, bare rooted, are also shooting, so that is really exciting to follow how they will emerge. There are still not many flowers here yet, and that is also one of the reasons why I have all of these tulips, so there is some color already before all the summer flowers are here. And I think maybe I'll be able to show that some of the Pyrenees is also coming along, even though I have been kind of worried about them. Then they are on their way. Here is one in there. I'm a little bit concerned if the tulip will break the stems, but I'm holding a good watch on them, and I'll see if I need to take away one of the tulip's leaves. I think it will be okay even though I do so, but if I can avoid it, then I will. Right, but I think actually it should be another bed that should have most of my attention today. It's the big round one over here, because I just have to accept that I am not done with digging up all of my flowers, my tulips, because there are a lot of them that still is breaking because of the tulip fire, so I need to pick them up. An example is this one laying here. It actually came with quite a big large flower, but it broke, and I can see that the stem and the leaves are very spotted, and that is one of the clear signs of the tulip fire. So I will go through this bed once more and take up more of the tulips to save maybe a few of them, or at least make the way that I can have tulips in a few years again. I have, since I started my channel, been running a little bit behind with the videos and when they have been recorded, because it took me longer to edit the videos, and therefore I have been approximately a week behind on every video. This time I am even further behind. That is because the last week I haven't really had much time here in the garden. The reason is that my dear, very beloved sister lost her battle to cancer this Tuesday, and therefore, of course, all of my focus have been on my family, my parents, my children, and of course also on my own broken heart. This little tree is a peach tree, and this was standing on her balcony at her apartment. We went there to find some beautiful clothes for her, and because of this I took back with me this small tree to take care of it, and hopefully it will be able to thrive here. I need to read a little bit more about how to take care of it, but I hope that it will find a good spot around this place. There are some small pink flowers on it, so it is alive. I can see that some of the branches has lost a lot of its buds and its leaves, but I do believe that it's possible to keep it alive. There are some nice shoots up here. I will take as good care of this tree as I can, and then I try to fill the days with as much joy as is possible, even though it is a bit difficult right now. But she really fought, and she wanted more time here on earth, and we owe it to her to live the best we can and have her always in our hearts and in our memories. So on that note, I think I will just continue maybe a little time here in the garden before the birthday celebrations needs to continue.
Nej.
Hvad så?
Jamen jeg vil også bare ud i haven. Og så skal jeg
So just needed to chat a little bit with my husband, but that is of course also a part of a weekend here. But what I were about to show you were these tulips that I'm digging up. This one actually had a small bud, I don't see a small flower on the way, but you can see that it's all dead, and you can see this leaf. And why it's called tulip fire is because that it's said that it looks like that the tulip have been set on fire. The bulbs actually looks all right when you look at them here. There are no mold to see, but it's clear on the leaves that it is infected. And the same goes for the other ones that I pulled up. So if I want to have tulips in this bed again at some point, I need to dig these up so they won't continue infecting the other tulips. And normally you say between 3 to 5 years you can put tulips back in the ground. If I find tulips that are all right, I will leave them, because it's a long time without tulips, and there were just a lot of wind. I wanted to wait with my speech, but I want to keep many of the flowers I can, because it's a long time to wait without tulips in the garden, or at least in this bed. But if they are infected, I need to choose to dig them up, even though it hurts me. Along the way, I am also taking up the weed that I see on my way. There are quite a lot, and I won't get all of it, but I will keep it down this way. So because there are so many plants, I do not really dare to use a lot of tools on the bed here, because I'm afraid to hurt the other plants. But I will pick up as much as I can and try not to hurt the other plants. So I think I'll just get on with it now. As you can see, these tulips actually came up quite nicely. maybe they didn't last as long as normally, but they did come up. I can see on the leaves that there are spots, and they are also on the flower itself. See over here. So I will actually have to dig them up also, I think, but I will leave one like this just a few days longer if possible, because they are bringing me joy still. I just need to remember to dig them up, and the damage in the earth has happened anyway, so I do not believe that it will hurt it any more than it already has. So I'll just try to continue going on here. In this bed I got a lot of these bluebell look-alike plants. I don't believe that they are normally bluebells. I think that it is some sort of other plant. They do have like this bulb underneath, and they are spreading quite rapidly and quick, and I'm a bit conflicted because they do look pretty when they all spring out, what's the English word, when they all pop with their purple colors and they fill out all the earth, the bare earth here in the bed with their green leaves. But I am also getting the impression that they might suppress, that they take up space for the other plants, and therefore I do think that I need to take some of them up. I will not take all of them, but I will take some of them to make sure that they don't take all the light and space for the other plants. Just a few. Hopefully that's the right choice. Especially in here, they are quite big and are overtaking a lot, so I think I'll go in and help. There is a small lupin in here, you can barely see it, and I will give it a little bit of more space to grow from. Well, it didn't take me that long to fill up a whole bucket of weeds and mostly tulips. And this time I will put them in a bag instead of in the compost, because if I put them in the compost, then the fungus will just spread over there, and then I will get it all over the garden once again. And I really want to get rid of them. So for now, I will find a bag and then I'll put them in there. There is a lot of weeding to do in this bed, but it's coming along kind of nicely. In here, I have been working some magic, and I think that I'll just try to find a spot and get a before and after shot, just because it's a bit satisfying. So this could be the spot. So I will try to take next and show how it will look afterwards. I brought too small a bucket with me in here, but here it is, the after shot with much less greenery. Normally you want a lot of green in the garden, but it should be the right green. And unfortunately I did quite a mistake. I hurt one of my peony branches here when I was weeding. I'm not sure if it will make it, but I was also afraid that this bluebell look-alike plant would kill it if I did not remove some of it. Yeah, but at least there are other branches, so it's not the end of the world. There will be a few flowers, hopefully. Almost another bucket filled with tulips and weeds. And as I have been going through my tulips and looking over them, I have decided that I will take all of the white early tulips too. They are almost done anyway. They aren't that pretty as I thought from a distance. When I look close at them, they are almost losing all of their leaves, so I will dig them up also now that I am on it anyway. Up they will come, and hopefully I will be able to do a bit more joyful gardening when I can sow some of my new seeds. I have some a special type of sage that is called Oxford Blue, and then I have a small California poppy that I will be planting also to fill out the space between the perennial plants that I have here. After a cup of coffee and some birthday cake that you can always use as a break, it's time again to tackle the bed and the tulips. There is still a lot of weed to find down here. I have a lot to pull up, and there are also still a lot of tulips to dig up. So still, this wasn't just a quick job, this is a big job, but it's a good thing to get done, and it's necessary to get the bed nice and ready for the last flowers to get sown in here and to get put into the bed from the seedlings that I have inside. It is starting to drip a little bit. It has been an amazing day today. There has been a lot of warmth. We have had about 19 degrees, and that is actually quite nice for late April, and is also the warmest day we have had this spring. So it has been a great day to stay out and to start de-weeding this bed. So hopefully I will be able to sow some more flowers in here soon. I'm not sure I'll make it today. We also need to go out to a restaurant to eat dinner with my daughter here in a bit, but at least if the weeding could get done, then I'm far. Actually, the tulips over here are looking all right. I'm very unsure if there are a few spots here, if that means that they need to come up or if it's actually so little that they can stay. I am really considering giving them the shot. Maybe this spot in the bed have had less rain than the other side. So maybe this one can be allowed to make it. Even though I'm weeding by hand and that I'm trying to be really careful and that I have signs, I accidentally deheaded some of my hostas here, small sprouts on the way, because I was removing some grass and didn't see them. But I hope that there are more sprouts and that they will make it anyway. Well, that's what happens sometimes when you're trying to do it well, I guess. Wow, what a mess. It turned out that this bed were in much more need of a weeding than I thought. And I'm actually not satisfied yet, but I have managed to get a lot done today, and now it's time to get ready to go out for dinner to celebrate our girl. So the rest must wait until another day. Thank you once again for watching. Now this bed is hopefully soon ready for the summer flowers. I hope to see you back again soon. Bye.